Hello healers and health seekers, it's me, Ichoda, healing with medical medium information for 27 months now. I am healing from a whole host of chronic illness diagnoses and a whole host of symptoms. And if you want to know what those symptoms are, please look in the description box below because it's a lot. I have whole videos detailing that information, so if you want to know all about what I am healing from, that is the place to go. You can go to those videos or you can go to the description box and get that information. Today I'm going to do a Q&A. It's a Q&A kind of based on a question that I've been asked more than once that actually surprises me greatly, and that is, are you a plant for medical medium? In other words, are you somebody who is either paid or compensated in some way to pass on medical medium's information or advertise for him? And I am flattered by the question. I am flattered by the notion that I could possibly be a plant, because I certainly do not fit anybody's target demographic, and that is fine with me. But I'm just shocked and amazed that anyone would think, yeah. And then also I'm flattered because, wow, does that mean that you find my information and my sharing and my journey to be effective in a way that you think that I'm taking all this time out of my life to make these videos anyway, just for someone else's financial benefit. And none of that is the case. None of it is the case, and it makes me laugh that people would think that. And a little bit, depending on the person that says it to me, it hurts my feelings. And I will tell you a story about that. So, before I found medical medium information, I was so chronically ill. And again, I'm healing from a whole host of illnesses. Link in the description box, you can check those out. And during the time of getting that list of diagnoses, I was going from doctor to doctor. I was looking for answers. I was doing research everywhere. And I had a group on Facebook that was a group that was local to me, but we could never meet in person because we were all chronically ill. And it was a very small group and a very personal group, so we got to know each other quite well. There's only about 10 of us. And we would share our pain and struggles. The noise you're hearing, if you're hearing it, is the rain outside, which is why I'm also being lit by the overhead light, because it is, even though it's the same time of it in the afternoon that I usually make videos, it is dark and stormy outside right now. So that's why it's that might be the noise you're hearing. So this chronic illness group on Facebook, this group of friends, intimate little group, and we would share our struggles and we would share our pain. And we would share any answers that we found. And there were a couple of us, actually pretty much the whole group was into like doing research and finding their own answers, and we would compare notes and share what we found. And you know, because a lot of us had the same symptoms and the same diagnoses and the same kind of illnesses, and so we would share information. And we trusted each other, I thought, and we believed in each other, and we wanted each other to heal, and we understood each other because we were all going through the same struggle. And this part makes me sad, but I noticed that as I started to heal, I did not feel that I was welcome in that group anymore. Here's the funny note. That was a group that I started. I started the group, but as I started to heal, I felt like nobody wanted to hear about it. I would make posts about, oh my gosh, I can't believe it, this is working, oh my gosh. And nobody would respond, nobody would, listen. Whereas if I had made a post about, oh, I'm struggling, there would be responses and empathy and caring. So I started to feel just not welcome in the group anymore. I didn't feel like people wanted to hear what I had to post. And honestly, that's part of the reason I started the YouTube channel, because you can't everybody has their own path, right? Like, you can't make somebody go down a certain path, even if you know that it would help them. And everybody has their own journey, and they come to things in their own way. And I thought that if one of us found a solution that really worked, that others would want to do it. Like, oh my gosh, this is really working for you, let me look into it. Because in the past, that's kind of like how it had gone, but my solution, I guess, was so unconventional that it just fell on dead ears. And I started the YouTube channel because I thought, well, okay, they don't want to hear it, but maybe somebody else does. And maybe there's somebody else that wants to know about medical medium healing and my journey and how I'm healing, and maybe I can help in that way. Maybe I can help people who want to hear it. And so thus this YouTube channel was born. I mean, it was born about a year after I sort of conceived of it, but that's because I had some healing to do before I was really ready and capable of making videos consistently. And that's okay. So that's the backstory. And when I sort of stopped posting in the group, there were still people who were definitely following me on social media that had been in that group, and they would contact me and speak to me, and we would talk about things, and I could talk about my healing to them, and that was cool. And then, you know, others, it was pretty clear to me they didn't want to hear about it, and that's fine too. You know, everybody's got their own path. I don't need to convince anybody, I guess, and I don't need to make somebody believe. And one of the people who was still following me on social media, occasionally she would post something about her illness, and I might say on her post, I did not do this very often. I think I maybe did it twice in the whole entire last over 2 years. But this most recent time, she was saying about how she wanted to heal, and I said, oh, you know, there's like a chapter in the medical medium book about this particular illness, and you could, you know, you can heal, like this could help. And like I said, again, I usually don't reach out to people because I learned pretty early in my journey that reaching out to people just was really triggering and upsetting for me because they didn't want to hear it. If somebody doesn't come to me and ask me for the information, it's because they don't want to know. So there's no point in trying to share it with people who don't want to hear it. You know, there's times when people are open and receptive and they're asking for this kind of information, and then yay, I'm there. I'm on it. But I have found that if I just offer it without prompting and without a request for it, that it is generally not worth my time and effort and energy, and a lot of times can be a frictional kind of situation. So I just don't. Anyway, I don't know what prompted me to say that. I guess because in my mind, I thought that it wouldn't bother her if I said it. Like, she kind of was aware of it. She kind of knew. Since she follows me on social media, she definitely is aware of it because I post constantly on Instagram and Facebook about my experience with medical medium and other people's experiences with medical medium, and I share that information loud and proud because if somebody wants to heal and they are open and receptive, I want them to be able to have the information, and I don't want to be the one who withheld it, you know? Sometimes it's hard to know when to say something and when to just back off. And I'm not sure why, but anyway, I said, you know, there's this chapter in the book. And she deleted my comment. Okay. She messaged me on Facebook, and one of the things she said to me, the first thing she said to me, I think, was, why do you keep trying to advertise to me about medical medium? Why do you keep advertising for medical medium? And I was like, I was genuinely hurt by that because I thought, what? Advertise for medical medium? Advertise for anyone? I'm like, I don't do that. I'm not advertising for anybody. I'm not advertising. Like, I'm sharing my healing journey, and I'm sharing that, you know, you can heal, and I've learned a lot over the past 2 years. I didn't say any of this to her because I just was so hurt by what she said, and I immediately got triggered, and I immediately heard in my head everything say, disengage, don't engage, shut it down. Don't don't. Because my immediate response was I was going to engage, and I think it was going to be like unpleasant because I was triggered. She was clearly triggered, obviously. But I got triggered, and it was like two triggered people trying to interact. Forget it. Just forget it. There's nothing good is going to come of that. And I think this might be like one of the first times, maybe not the first time, but one of the first times I didn't just engage with that. And I was able to see, I'm triggered, shut it down, don't engage. And I didn't, and I shut it down. Like I muted the conversation so no messages would come up and I wouldn't see them. And then I just ended it. I was just like, nope, I walked away. And I stewed over it for a couple of days because I was really hurt that somebody I knew would think that I'm advertising for something. Like I'm trying to sell something, I guess. And I really thought of it. I kind of stewed about it and I thought about it and I thought, if she thinks that and she knows me, well, she kind of knows me. We know each other from online. We don't know each other. I'm like, if this is somebody who at one point knew me online and knew what I was about, but she thinks I can be advertising, like maybe other people think this too, then that don't know me. And I just want to say, I am not advertising. I am sharing my own healing journey and my experience and what I have learned. My wish and hope and dream for everybody suffering from chronic illness is that they can heal. And I know from what I've learned from Medical Medium and his information that he puts out, which you can all learn for yourselves. This is not information that's exclusive to me somehow. This is information that is in his books, his podcasts, his radio shows, his blog posts, the Healing Path course, the Facebook and Instagram lives, the frequently asked questions that used to be in his members only Facebook group, all of these things. Like, this is where I got all the information. And from doing courses with Eunice Medical Intuitive, who uses Medical Medium information and has worked with him, and also from other practitioners who have worked with him. It's out there. The information is there and you can access it yourself. All of this can be accessed by you. It's just that I've been on this path for a couple of years, and so I just want to share what I've learned because it was very confusing at first. It took a long time for me to process and parse all this information, especially because in the beginning I had brain fog and lots of it. So it took a while. So my whole pure, true desire is just to help people. I just want to help other people heal. This channel makes no money at all unless people, gracious people out of the goodness of their hearts, choose to donate to my PayPal. That is just purely on them wanting to do that. I do not make, and this channel is not monetized. Here's a thing that you might not know about YouTube. In order for a channel to be monetized, there has to be at least 1,000 subscribers and a certain number of watch hours. I don't remember what it is. I don't know. I don't pay that much attention. This channel can't be monetized unless it achieves that. I never expected it to achieve that when I started the channel. So when I started the channel, was not thinking, ooh, I'm gonna be a YouTuber and make some money, or I'm gonna get fame or attention or any of those things, because I do not like all of that. I do not want all of that. I just want people to heal, and I am shocked at the number of subscribers I have. It's over 500 now, and it has blown my mind, and I don't even know what to say to that. Like, thank you, holy crow. I'm so excited that that many people want this information, that want to heal and that want to share in the healing journey. And oh my gosh, now that does not mean that that many people watch the videos when I upload them. Not at all. And that's okay too. It doesn't matter. If one person gets anything out of any of these videos, I'm ecstatic. The more people I reach, the better, but it is definitely not about me or wanting attention or any of that. It's me wanting to share my healing journey, because I know I'm healing. I know there's going to be visible differences over time. And I want to document that. I want to share that. I do not have ulterior motives. Don't nobody pay me. I do not make any money off of this channel at all. When people donate to my PayPal, I am so grateful for that, and that is so kind of them. And you don't have to, and nobody has to. It's not about the money. I don't make money. It's not about money. I do not get compensated in any way. My compensation is if I reach somebody with one of these videos, oh my gosh, that's my compensation. Helping other people heal, helping other people know that they're not alone on their healing journey, helping other people know that they can heal, that's my compensation. I make these videos because I love doing it. I love that I can share my journey with people, and I love that they share their journeys with me. I love that. I love the community of it. That's why I make these videos. And again, to document my healing journey, because I am healing and great things happen, and I want to get it all documented, because then I have this great timeline of, look, all this happened, right? It's fantastic. I do not have ulterior motives. There's no ulterior motive to have. Here's the thing about Anthony William. I know, and here, I understand where that thinking comes from. I get it. Because we are so used to all these multi-level marketing companies trying to sell a product, all these like doctors trying to sell their supplements and their vitamins and their program and their this, that, and the other. We are so used to all of these health gurus and all of these people with all of their trendy programs and diets and all these things trying to sell something. So we are so oversaturated with being sold to. There's advertising everywhere. Everywhere. You cannot open a web page on the internet anywhere and not have ads come all up in your face everywhere. Like, everybody's trying to sell something. Everybody's trying to make some money. And hey, on the one hand, people got to make a living, and that's totally great. I love that people can now make a living off the internet, and maybe one day I'll be one of those people. I don't know. That would be cool. But that is not why I'm doing it. It's not why I'm doing it. And on the other hand, when people are totally sold and bought into their own products and whatever, then they have an agenda, and you know they have an agenda, because it's like, it's all about like, you gotta buy my supplement, and you gotta buy this product, and you gotta buy my, I don't know, cleanse package or program or whatever it is, and buy this $3,000 program, and buy this, you know, thousands of dollars worth of supplements and whatever. I get it. I get it. I know why people don't trust. And then all the doctors not giving us right information, and take this prescription and do this and do that, and then all this information, and you don't have trust. You don't have trust, and it's hard to know who to believe and who you can trust. It's one of the things I love about the medical medium. He does not sell supplements. He has a page of recommendations of the best supplements as recommended by Spirit and him for what we need, and those recommendations change if a supplement company changes their formula or starts adding ingredients that shouldn't be there, like citric acid, or if they start putting, you know, stop being the top tier quality. He will find whoever is the top tier quality, and that's who he recommends. But he does not get any kickbacks. He does not have any affiliation. He does not have any stake in any of those companies, and he will change them, and he has. I've watched over the past 2 years, they change all the time, because people buy companies. People buy smaller supplement companies, and then they start changing the formulation, and then he's got to find somebody who is going to keep it pure. And it's hard. It's hard these days, I think, to find companies who are really trying to keep it pure. But a lot of the companies that he goes through are really small batch, small companies, because that's who's trying to keep it pure, not all the big conglomerates, you know. So he's not in it for, he's not getting kickbacks, he's not funded, he's not, nothing. None of that is behind him. There is no follow the money with him. It's just information. If you had information that you knew could help millions of people heal, what would you do? Because people say, Oh, he's trying to sell his books. He's trying to sell his books. Like any author, he's just trying to sell books. Okay, maybe. I get it. I get why you would think that. But one, the authors don't make the money, the publishers do. You know where people make money? Merchandise. Merchandise. It's all about the merch. That's where people would make their money. So if that was the case, he'd be selling some kind of merch. He'd either be selling supplements or some kind of cleanse programs or some kind of packages or something, but he does not do any of that. No merch. And secondly, if you had information that you knew could help millions of people and you were one person, how do you think you would try to get that information out there to as many people as possible, as quick as possible? What would you do? Books. Books are the fastest way to get to people. Because the way they publicize, they can get on bestseller lists, they can get seen, they can get out through many, many, many avenues. I think books are the fastest way. He can't get the information out just through a blog or just through a podcast. That's why he does it all. He does do the podcasts, he does do the blogs, and he does do the books. But it's all information that he just wants people to have. He'll say on every show almost, I don't care if you buy my book, go to the library. I don't care if every single person who reads my book goes to the library and gets it, as long as they get the information. That's true. And that's how I feel too. It's not about making a buck. It's not about trying to persuade people even. I mean, yeah, I'd love for everybody to know that they could heal, because the peace of mind that it gives you, knowing that you can heal, as opposed to wondering and questioning all the time, and is this going to work, and I hope, and please, and I've tried so many things, and losing your hope over time, and that trust being broken over and over again because every single thing you put your trust in fails, and trying every single freaking way of eating and every supplement regime and every plan and doing this and that and tweaking things, and always just wondering, is this gonna help? Is this gonna help? And then slowly over time just getting defeated and defeated and defeated and defeated and losing hope and losing hope and losing hope until you just pray for death because you can't figure out the solution. I know what that was like. I did that. That's the path I was on. That's the path every single person I know who lives through chronic illness is on. I don't want anyone else to have to feel that way. I don't want people to have to walk that path. I want people to heal. I want people to feel freedom. The freedom that comes from just knowing that you know, like, yes, this is working and this is healing me. And then knowing when something comes up that you don't have to suddenly kick into that PTSD of like, oh my God, I'm going to die this time. This time it's going to kill me. This time I'm going to die. And you know what it is. Okay, I'm having a viral flare. Or, okay, this is a new level of healing, so I'm going through some more detox. Okay, I just had some stress, so it's gonna probably, there was some adrenaline going, and it might cause a little bit of a flare. Okay, it's okay, it'll pass. I know what to do. I know what supplements to hit it with. I know what's going on in my body. I totally feel secure in the knowledge of what's happening because I know what's happening now. I know the truth of what's happening in my body, not all the misinformation that I've been given over the years, not all of the things I've been conditioned to believe is happening with me that are lies, that are not true, that's just misinformation and misinformation and misinformation. But the truth, the actual truth, like this is what's happening. And I can feel that in my cells. I don't know how to explain that. I don't have the words to really tell you what it's like, but there's like a level of just relaxation and calm in my body when something happens that I'm just like, oh, okay, this is what's happening. I know what's going on. And here's what to do. Hit it with this, this, this. I can take care of it. It's just, it'll pass, I gotta wait it out. I gotta wait it out. This is happening right now. My body's telling me to slow down, or my body's telling me it needs more of this, or, maybe more raw food, or maybe more supplements, or maybe have a few potatoes right now, whatever. But I know. And that is such an amazing feeling. I do not have to frantically research anymore. I do not have to frantically wonder like what is going on with me, because I know deep in my soul and in my core and in all of my mind, my being, I know what's happening now. Like I know, because I listen to the information and it's solid within me, and I don't spin out and I don't run in circles, and every little thing that happens I don't go, oh my God, it's not working, what's wrong with me, blah blah blah. Like I just know. And even if I go through a big viral flare, I'm saying this because this happens sometimes. When you get to a certain level of healing, sometimes you get hit by something, you know? Maybe you get a spider bite. Maybe you get in an accident. Maybe, you know, maybe there's some big event that happens in your life, like a big move or a wedding or a divorce or, you know, some big emotional event, a loss. And it'll take your immune system down a little bit. And sometimes even with all the healing foods and all the supplements, you're still going to take a bit of a hit. You know, maybe you're going to have a viral flare for a while. But I know, even if that happens, I know what to do. I know what to do, and it's not going to kill me. And it's not, I mean, short of something fatal, actually fatal happening, like a viral flare or some detox isn't going to kill me. A few symptoms coming up again, it's not going to, I'm okay, you know? So am I advertising for medical media? No, man, no. I am sharing my journey because I hope to all of the universe and all the powers that be that you will heal too. I hope it helps somebody. I hope so much that other people will get the healing information and they will take it on and start learning and start healing and start on their journey. And you know what? I did not have this level of confidence at the beginning. No, it took time to build up this kind of trust and faith and knowing in my heart. It took time because I had to learn the information. That's why I do things like listen to the medical medium book on audio over and over again. That's why I do it. Like I've listened to it a few times. I've also read it in print a few times, the first book. And I've got all 3 books totally bookmarked up. All 3 books that are currently out. Liver Rescue is coming. That will be all bookmarked up. I have all these little sticky tabs placed all throughout the books of like all the recipes and stuff. And because I refer back to those books, I keep them right by my desk on the shelf because I refer to them almost daily, all the time. Because I'm always like, okay, what's this and what's this? And people ask me questions all the time. People reach out to me on social media and they ask me things, which is great because it helps me deepen my understanding of the information by I get to look stuff up for them, you know, because I know where to look now. Like I know what's in what book, where to go. I know how to look that stuff up. And so it's easier for me. I know some tips and tricks. I can help people out. And that took time. It took time. Took time to build up that knowledge and that information and that understanding. But I just want you to have hope. I want people to have hope. So I'm totally flattered that anybody would think that look, I'm not the target demographic, man. If he was gonna look, because I'm not trying to advertise for somebody. I'm just sharing my own healing journey. That's all that I'm doing. So listen. I know that I'm not probably ever going to be able to have this conversation with that person that used to be my friend. I know she doesn't want to hear it from me. I know she doesn't want to hear it, but maybe somebody wants to hear it, right? Maybe somebody wants to know. Like actually wants the question answered and doesn't just want to pick a fight. Maybe somebody actually wants to hear like, are you advertising, or like, what's your deal here, lady? And for those people, I hope this answered your question. I hope this answered your question. For all of you, I wish you the best and I wish you healing. I really, honestly do. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention, and I appreciate your desire to heal. I appreciate how much you want to heal. And it means so much to me. So much to me that you're sharing this time and space with me. So thank you. I'm not a plant. Unless, my friend Rosalind and I were talking about this earlier today, and she said, a plant? She said, yeah, I'm a plant because I eat plants. She's like, you are what you eat, so I eat plants, I must be a plant. And I'm like, yes, in that case, sure, I'm a plant. I eat plants. You are what you eat. I'm a plant. But that is the only way in which I am a plant. I love you, my healers and health seekers. Please continue to stay curious. Blessings, blessings to all of you on your healing journey. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up below. You can subscribe to my channel if you are new to this channel. If you want to see more of these videos, you can hit that subscribe button, and you can also ding the bell next to it if you want to be notified when I post a new video. Again, I thank you so much for your time and presence. I love you, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Happy planting.